All right, we're here at Bonnaroo 2017 WFMC Jams, Manchester, Tennessee, Internet Radio. We're here with Corey Harper.
How's it going?
Corey, how you doing?
Me, man. I'm doing well. It's good to be back here.
Well, tell me, now you're from where? From St. Louis?
I was born in St. Louis. I grew up in Portland, Oregon.
Portland,
Most of
Oregon.
my life, yeah.
What type of music did you grow up listening to?
I grew up on a lot of music from my parents that kind of made me listen to a lot of good records and a lot of 60s and 70s classic rock and blues and a lot of singer-songwriters of that era and like Jackson Browne, James Taylor, Eric Clapton, Stevie Ray, Jimi Hendrix, and Allman Brothers and Doobie Brothers, and yeah, my dad's a huge classic rock fan, so I grew up listening to that kind of style before I went and started playing guitar.
Now, are you a musician as well?
I do, yeah. I'm a guitar player.
Now, when did you learn to play guitar?
My uncle actually started kind of showing me the guitar when I was really little, like 4 or 5. I didn't really dive into it until I was 13. Kind of started teaching myself some stuff, and yeah, I've been playing for about 9 years now. Did
you want to be a performer at that time? Were you just...
Not really. I didn't really imagine it. I really liked playing. I used to play to all my dad's CDs, and we had like a tape recorder. I used to listen to all my dad's tapes and kind of play along to the music, and it was just kind of a hobby until I was out of high school and realized that I really wanted to start, doing music and pursuing a career in music, and started singing and kind of teaching myself how to sing and writing songs.
Did you play in bands when you were younger, play around town or anything?
I did. I had a bunch of friends that I played with, and we would do music in our garage, and played I played at my church too. Played drums and guitar, and kind of just got into performing. It's kind of like free practice, It's like free lessons, just playing with a church, especially a church like church music, because it's.
Oh, what did you pick up from gospel music?
Just a lot, how to play with a band and how to like play with musicians that are really amazing musicians, and just learning rhythm and learning groove and learning history of playing and. A lot of different songs with different keys and changes and stuff like that, and it kind of inspired me to put that into my own music.
Cool. Have you played many festivals?
No, this is my first year of playing any sort of festival. I played Sasquatch in Washington a couple weeks ago, and then played Bottle Rock, Napa Valley, and this is my third real big boy festival.
This is a little bigger.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very humbled to be here, and they put me on a good slot here, so I'm really excited.
Did you get to go to Bonnaroo as a fan? Or?
Never been, no. I've just heard about it, and I really wanted to go last year when Dead & Company was playing, and there's a really good lineup, and I've seen them before. I'm a huge John Mayer fan, so it was really cool to kind of see that. And I'm also a Dead fan, so they kind of both of those worlds kind of colliding for me. So
okay, you're a Dead fan and a Mayer fan. How did you like them together? What was your impressions of that?
I thought it was really cool the way that John kind of bridged the gap between that music and making that music so relevant in today's world, and kind of introing that to people who had never maybe heard that kind of music before. Especially a lot of his fans kind of crossed over now, and I see a lot of people that I normally wouldn't expect, wearing Grateful Dead shirts and listening to Grateful Dead music. And I listened to the Grateful Dead when I was younger, because my parents liked that kind of music, and my uncle and my friends liked it. So it's cool to kind of see that collide together. And I saw them in Irvine Meadows in Orange County last year, and it was a great show. Bob Weir and all those guys are just unbelievable musicians, and the kind of history in that music is just really transcendent, especially now.
Yeah, I was kind of skeptical. I've been a Dead fan for years, and I wasn't only familiar with John as a pop artist, and was kind of skeptical. But I figured if Bob Weir and the other guys were good with it, then. But after we saw the show last year, and it was amazing. He looked like he was having more fun than anybody.
He talks a lot about that show and how much he kind of lives through that music, because he's such a huge fan of it, and getting to frontman probably the biggest band in the world.
Oh God, yeah.
And being able to put his soul into that music is an amazing experience.
Well, tell us a little bit about the type of music you do.
I play a lot of different styles. I was influenced by a lot of different music growing up, so that kind of shows in the music that I play and the music that I write. I play a lot of kind of pop soul, singer-songwriter, contemporary Americana and blues and country, kind of all mixed into a certain style that I just like playing and like writing. And so my inspirations are always kind of changing, but I like to pull from different styles of music.
What inspires you as a songwriter?
I think most of the things that I'm going through on a daily basis, and listening to new music and listening to old music, learning how to put my feelings and the songs that I enjoy listening to into kind of a blueprint of music and a world of music that can, connect. I can connect my feelings to, and also connect to other people. I think when I see people connecting to the music that I play, it inspires me a lot to write more and to be more active in putting out more music and songs, and going to concerts too. Seeing people play is probably one of the biggest inspirations for me. That's what made me want to be a live musician.
Going to see shows?
Yeah.
You wanted to be up there?
I always wanted to be up there. I was like, I can do that. I know I can do that. And so sometimes it's frustrating being at a show because you're so critical now, especially as a musician and a touring musician and as a performer. I'm always finding myself being like, I would do that a little bit differently, or maybe I would, do this instead of, play this style instead of playing that style. So I love going to concerts and seeing music, and I always walk away with more inspiration and more.
That gives you ideas for what you're doing.
Yeah, more ideas to, put into my own craft.
Do your songs have a message, or do you leave that up to the person who's listening to it?
I'd say a little bit of both. Some of my lyrics are very transparent, and some I kind of leave for people to, apply it to themselves.
Yeah. I've had a lot of songwriters say that. So I really don't have a message. It could be something different to every person that listens to it.
Yeah.
Now, are there any particular specific artists that you inspired you, or do you?
Yeah, I was a huge fan of Bob Dylan growing up because my mom loves Bob Dylan and Jackson Brown, and there's another example of like writing music exactly the way that it should be heard, and writing music the way that it should be heard by someone else, or leaving it up to them to figure it out. And I think Dylan has a lot of that in his songs.
Oh Lord.
And James Taylor especially is the same way, and a huge inspiration in the kind of music that I write. When I sit down with an acoustic guitar, I'm mostly thinking about kind of his music, how it's inspired me. And they just write songs for people who enjoy music and who enjoy being so kind of honed in on everything that music's about, and everything that makes a singer-songwriter really special and really great is all about being relatable to someone else, and not just to yourself, but speaking for maybe a certain population or demographic or a generation. So I think that's really important as a songwriter to kind of connect to your fans and the people that listen to your music, but also to leave some stuff up to to speculation. Have different ideas. An example of one thing meaning separate things, many different things.
Do you have an album out?
I have an EP out. I put an EP out last year in November. It's called On the Run.
Okay. Where is it available?
Every music streaming platform, so Spotify and iTunes and stuff like that.
Are you going to be working on a full length anytime?
Yep. Yeah, I'll be, after doing all these festivals and playing live, I'll be back during the summer and the fall and winter recording. And usually I just do it single by single. I'll kind of think of an idea and go into the studio with my producer, and we'll kind of think of an idea and get something going and get a flow going. And some of them don't work and some of them do, but mostly just compiling songs.
Kind of putting together some material for the album, then go in the studio and do it.
Yeah, it's not always a mindset of, I need to do this for an album. It's just kind of creating music. And I think as I perform more and play more and write more, that an album idea will kind of come more clear to me, and like the vision for that. So I love creating music. I love playing. I do it every day, and I'm always thinking about it. So I'm excited to put some more stuff out.
Cool. Are you going to be able to stick around the festival after you play, or you have to get out?
Yeah, tonight we'll be able to hang out, but tomorrow I'm going to Jackson, Mississippi to go play down there.
Oh no.
And going to be playing there tomorrow at Dueling Hall. So I'm pretty excited. We were in Oxford a couple weeks ago.
Okay,
it was really fun, and I'm a huge fan of of Mississippi and the music that's come out of there and everything. So it's been
music,
really cool. Oh yeah, I'm a huge blues fan and grew up on that style of music my whole life. So
excellent.
Yeah.